microphone. Hey, I'm wearing my Chris Walter Hypnotech glasses because he's not with us today, unfortunately. He's working today and not able to make it. He's going to be back on board with us here in the future, but as for now, he's not with us. Hey, I just want to say today is going to be kind of a special episode. I just want to say I have been going through a lot over the years, and I was inspired by quite a few people to and encouraged to go down the sober path, and in order to kind of get my emotions stable and to better my health. And I've been just so inspired by so many different people, and I am 1 year sober as of last Tuesday, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. It's helped me regulate just a lot of things during the course of my life, as far as with the emotions and everything else I have going on. And I have a specially, I guess I could say, slideshow of those who have been personally helping me out in the course of my own sobriety. I'm going to pull myself out, and I have just a little bit of something to show you guys. Okay, guys? And I'll be right back.
I've spent an old tank you off now, I can't find to still united now. But then I'm a mid so silent. Blessing my might for a set your friendness. I'm blazing the tank on it. Back in Tav I, we were wildcat strong. Reunited now, it's been too long. Cruising Center Street, laughing away. Remembering those Friday night games we play. We gather around in the quad like family we treat. Field parties, keg parties, memories so sweet. Fights and friends, it was all a part of the ride. Now we're back together with Wildcat pride. So come on and join us, subscribe to the chat. Daft High alumni, let's have a throwback. Reconnect, reminisce, share some laughs. Once a wildcat, always a wildcat. Nothing can break that pact. So come on and join us, subscribe to the chat. Taft High alumni, let's have a throwback. Reconnect, reminisce, share some laughs. Once a wildcat, always a wildcat. Nothing can break that pact.
Guys, every one of you guys have meant a lot to me. Each of you have your own story, your own situation, your own, it could be either sobriety, it could be dealing with life struggles, and we'll just kind of leave it at that. But I do have a very special first guest, folks. He's in his ride, and he definitely has been a big inspiration to myself. Number 3 from the Taft Wildcats, folks, Mr. Larry Burrito Ramirez.
What up? What up? What up?
I got chills, man. I got chills over this whole thing.
High five and a million angels. High five and a million angels, buddy. Yeah.
Thank you, dude. Oh my gosh. Even putting that little slideshow together, I was like, every one of those people, in their own way, has helped me along my own struggle. So like, Pull back the tears. How you doing, Mr. Burrito?
I'm doing good, my brother. How are you? I feel
Good.
emotional too. Golly.
I know. Sorry.
Ah,
I drink
it's
my
all good.
coffee. We are a TAVTI alumni broadcast. We are ranked number one, Burrito, because we are the only one. So there you go. So that's the way you do it. So we're not two of one, as Chris Walter says. We're actually the first of the first. So uh, where are you? And are you inside of Colorado Springs still, or no?
Yeah, we moved to Colorado Springs in December. My wife is pastoring a church here. And of course, I help her. I serve our community, and we are a church plant actually out of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
The church purchased a 60,000 square foot YMCA. So our church is the only church I've ever worked at that has two Olympic-sized swimming pools, and
What?
we have the swimming pools. We've got a full gymnasium, a workout weight room,
Yeah.
and two large basketball courts. And just God's growing our ministry. He's giving us favor here in the city, and yeah, it's been exciting.
That's great, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. It's and to witness the pre and the post burrito from back in the day to now, man. It's just you're like a light bulb. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor
Yeah,
to join the team.
and I know you've already kind of past episodes shared some of your journey, but if there's anything that you left out or anything you want to share briefly with what you've gone
Well,
through. Today's a
yeah,
special day. You told me then,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Today is a special day. October the 13th, 1995. I willingly walked into a church and I sat down. I sat, golly, I sat in a Bible study.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I was lost. I didn't know I was blind. I didn't know I had a need of God. And 1995, October the 13th, 1995, I surrendered my life to Jesus. And today is my 29th year anniversary.
Boom. Congratulations, my
Come
friend.
on. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. I never thought I would live after 25. You know, I was crazy. Lived a crazy lifestyle, and
Tell
I'm
me about
glad that I
this dude right
survived.
here.
Oh golly, that dude was one heck of a guy. He was gosh, I think all I could see back then was favor on my life, and I felt like I was invincible. That was the guy that was invincible. He would take anything on, and without fear, just always dove into the deep end. So that's the dude right there.
You see it in your eyes, dude. You're like, take the picture. Just take it before like you're getting ready to you're ready to attack the photographer in that shot right there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's funny. It's a
Oh,
great photo of me. Thank you for sharing that.
yeah. It's been crazy. The just I don't know. I mean, I just talked about my own kind of thing real quick. Is I haven't I didn't recognize what it would feel like, the sobriety thing, and to
Yeah,
kind of like, I don't know, it's just a different perspective. I have more um ambition, yeah, almost like a bucket list sort of thing now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like all the things that I've been procrastinating on doing, I want to do, and like things that man, I got to organize this, or I've got to go uh, reach out to those who I haven't talked to in a long time, and you know what I mean. So I think at the end of the day, it's more about the relationships that you have than anything else. That there's not a price tag on it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I don't know. I mean, I've had so many people that I went to school with that I'm just overwhelmingly too very curious, dude. If you haven't noticed, I'm like, whatever happened to that dude? That's how this whole thing started. Like, whatever happened to,
Wow.
I was talking to Shane. I go, whatever happened to, and I go, you know what we should do? And we were talking about, I go, I have this broadcasting thing available through my wife's recovery. And what if, hear me out,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It is during the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
But I've just noticed, once you start to dig deeper into what people have going on rather than just the surface talk, that it's pretty interesting on with what they're really, really going through. And especially whenever they're on the troubled side for so long. I mean, there's a underlined reason behind everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And so
do.
it's just such a pleasure to have you on board, man. I invited quite a few people that are personally have helped me out, and if there's a lot of honorable mentions uh, that were also involved that weren't included because StreamYard only gives me so many photos to play with. So those are the ones that were one of the most impactful besides family, my wife, and everything too. Although she's there towards the end. So where are you at now? Are you outside of somewhere, or you're in your car?
Yeah, I'm in my so we sold our house, we sold everything about 5 years ago. And we started traveling all across America with my family, my wife and my two children. We've actually gone to, I think it's now 36 states total in the United States of America, over 250,000 miles on my Ford Dually. She's been a great gift to us, and so we live in a fifth wheel down by the river. Just
Yeah.
kidding. So
There's no
I'm
river, but you live at the
yeah. So I'm sitting in my pickup truck now. Um, it's just too loud in the fifth wheel with the air conditioning on. So I'm outside. I'll be leaving here in about shortly, maybe 10, 20 minutes.
yeah,
I'll be headed to the airport. I've got to pick my wife up. She was in Washington, D.C. This weekend for a million women gathering in Washington, D.C. at the mall with one of our spiritual fathers. So my wife was there, but she comes back today. I can't wait to have her home.
that's awesome, dude. And
Thanks.
one of these days we'll have her jump on board, and she can,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That'd be kind of. We'll do like a couples thing. I'll bring my
All right.
sidekick, and you bring yours, and there you go.
All right. That
I,
would
I
be a
get.
blast.
I got to tell you, whenever I was about, I want to say like 8 years old, something like that. Um, my grandparents came to visit. They were in a motorhome. My mind
Hmm.
exploded. I go, wait, wait, wait. So you have a house on a wheel? Like I thought they came up with it. I was so naive back then. I go, I've never seen anything like it before. Like, come check this out. And so I'll go in there. So you have a bed here. You have, oh my god! Like I instantly fell in love with the RV and motorhome situation. And one of these days, I'm going to get one. And you inspired me to do just that. I want to travel and visit friends that I haven't seen in a long time and whatever. There is a camp resort, near here though, Brito. You know that, right?
All
I'm
right.
gonna
All
set up
right.
there, you know.
We'll have to
uh,
come out there. I can't wait.
that'd be fun. There's a Thousand Trails.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Thousand Trails? Yeah.
Yeah. We have a membership with Thousand Trails. We have
Oh, you do? Okay.
RPI. Oh, yeah. We've got like 5 or 6 different memberships. In fact, we have a YouTube channel under Find Your Road where my wife and I filmed our travels with our kids and stuff. So it's out there.
Yeah, my grandparents, they grandfathered me into Thousand Trails, but yet to use it. I'm like, oh, I even have access to Thousand Trails.
Oh,
Uh,
man.
but yeah, I just wanted to say, not only with the YeNDoR'S chat, but I also have a couple of other endeavors, Brito. I don't know if you knew about, but I got into painting and I started
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy up. Boom.
Awesome.
YeNDoR'S paint chat. What it is though, man, I started painting about 4 years ago, actually during the pandemic, at the same time I started this, and it turned into being my therapeutic outlet, you know, and I just felt like it was something that I could control, and it just creating something out of nothing. It was just amazing to do, and I think I've done like 70 plus, maybe 80 projects since then, and
Wow.
you know, gifting some projects and keeping some for myself, and you know, selling a few. I think I've sold like about five, I think 5 or 6
Nice.
projects, and um, but it's been such a blessing. On Thursdays, folks, if you're watching, 2 o'clock. Here's my elephant. We're doing a YeNDoR'S paint chat, and basically what it is, we just kind of get on and you know, we just kind of connect and just kind of go over, even if it's somebody we don't know that wants to jump on board. We kind of talk about their projects, and it's more of the process of painting than the end result of like, wow, you know what I mean? But it's the process of going through it. It could be not only with painting, but it's also drawing, any type of craft like that, music, you know, music's right in there. And
Yeah.
I have aspirations of actually doing like a meetup group after the first of the year. Of the first Saturday, I'm doing like this meetup group that's art and or music and art. So music and painting, a meetup group, and it's going to be like an outdoors thing for a couple hours before sundown. And I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do. So, you know, if you're in the
That's
area, Brita,
awesome.
if you're in the area, I know
Yeah.
I just envision like having in 2, 3 people like playing music outdoors, and then having the canvases there and some blankets on the ground, and
Yeah.
get the timing down to where I'm already having this forethought of making sure that the sprinklers don't come on. And
Yeah.
I was already talking to him about that, and the association of, hey, when do the sprinklers come on? I just got to make sure that we're not getting doused. You know what I mean? Then they're all, well,
Yeah.
just do what? Just do watercolor, and you'll be fine. I was like,
That's so
what?
cool. That's so cool. We in Orlando, when we lived in Orlando, gosh, 6 years ago or so, we used to open our church up on Friday nights for prayer. But every now and then we would kind of mix it up, and we would have different musicians come in, kind of like an open mic, and musicians would come from Central Florida, and also artists painting,
Yeah,
painters would come out, and we would set up sometimes 10 to 12 or more easels, and people would come and paint during the music sets. And sometimes it was um, southern rock, and sometimes it was, you know, music unto the Lord, and whatever it was just awesome to let people be creative in our church building. So man, I think that's so awesome that you're thinking
yeah,
outside the box, man. Yeah.
yeah. And it's never too late. I actually have a guitar instructor that I see
Oh,
like
cool.
once every 2 weeks, sometimes 3. You know,
Yeah.
depending on the week. You know who it is? It's Mr. Steve Merrick. You
Oh my
remember Steve Merrick?
gosh. Of
Yeah, and
course.
he plays like almost like, oh, I don't know how many instruments. I actually have it on in the file here somewhere. But he took a picture of all of his instruments from a bird's eye angle, you know, and
Hmm.
looking down. And yeah, he's brilliant. And his patience, I tell you, I know, especially in the beginning. And I used to play about 20 years ago. I was playing guitar for about like six months, something like that. I was taking lessons and playing, and then my guitar's just been kind of camping because of how busy I've been. I just kind of throw it off on the back burner and everything. And I ended up finally stirring him up, and I was just asking him about it. And he goes, "Yeah, we could just do it online." And I'm playing bass and also acoustic. I was talking to him, which one do you want to play? Well, I have both. I can play a little bit of both. And then, but I can't play well, but I can play a little bit of both. And then I was telling him, like, you know what I'm going to do? Rather than just focusing on one, maybe I'll do 20 minutes one, then 20 minutes the other. And so I can kind of like build in both avenues. And so it's kind of, it's because it's totally different vibe with your doing the bass as opposed to like an acoustic guitar. What about yourself, Brito? Would you music, anything art related?
I am not very musically inclined. I shout really loud. I'm a great shouter. I love fishing. When we lived in Orlando, and almost any lake that we go to, I'll bring my fishing rod and I'll go out and catch sometimes some largemouth. Out here we've seen some rainbow trouts is what we have a lot of out here in Colorado. I
Yeah.
went fishing an area called 11 Mile, just up the road from where we're staying here in the spring. So it's on the backside of Pikes Peak. Absolutely beautiful, great
Wow.
place to go. Yeah,
Yeah. I like how grounded you are and enjoying like all the creations, all the mountains and all the, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You just got to check out the ocean. You got to come out here. You got to get the ocean off your bucket list.
I
I
need to
just,
do that. You're
just, just,
right.
just, just don't come out to California and leave and go, oh, I was just there. I was like, oh, I missed you.
Yeah, man.
We live in a kind of central area to where we're by Laguna Beach, San Clemente, Newport, Huntington. Like you can even travel any one of those beaches on any given day, sort of thing. Although I only, to be honest with you, I've only kind of got out to the beach like 2 or 3 times a year. I need it's like right there, but I just need to like my wife is still going through a lot of health complications, we'll call it, and it's
Hmm.
been a struggle um, to just get up and go. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, my kids were homeschooled. They're both graduated. They still live with us. My daughter is our children's pastor at our current church, and my son works in the production with the production team. But I bring them up because my wife's aunt was an instructor, an art instructor in Orlando, and
yeah.
for our homeschooling, they would spend sometimes an afternoon with Aunt Susan. And my kids have come up with some amazing, amazing painting and artwork. Sometimes in fact, once we read through the book of Revelation and
Hmm.
we asked our kids to listen to the story and then draw whatever they envisioned. And I think my son comes from the dark side. He was always drawing scary creatures or the earth burning, the earth on fire. The whole earth like was up on fire in flames. It was very interesting. And my daughter, of course, she's much more passive, but um, a lot more peaceful
It's
than.
like emotional painting, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're
My
great.
co-host, it's one of them, I guess you could say, because I have like 4 of them or 5 of co-hosts that kind of do this with me, the kind of cycle. But the he was a drug and alcohol counselor, Rick Vaughn, in the military, and he
Oh,
introduced painting to the to his group, and it kind of gravitated towards that. It was actually turned into where it was a thing. He goes, there was only like a few of us in the beginning, but then it turned into like a room full. Then he would instruct the class and say, hey, what would your deepest, darkest thoughts look like on canvas? And then he would flip the switch and say, what would freedom look like if you're away from it all and you were just had no negative hindrances, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Here's a little quick shot of Rick. Look at this is a high
Uh,
school shot.
oh
he
my
just he,
gosh.
he just loves for me to show this one as opposed to his updated one,
Rick. Oh my
but
goodness.
yeah yeah, it's interesting whenever you kind of like what he does. What I do are totally different two perspectives on artistry, because he'll paint like, oh, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Oh, let me just start painting. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Me, on the
Yeah.
other hand, I need to strategize. I'm like investing. I do the research on, like, I feel like I want to really kind of get honed in before I get started. I haven't got to the level where he is, to where he could just paint whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want to paint this background with this oil derrick, though. That's kind of cool,
That is awesome.
huh?
Heck yeah. That brings back a ton of memories, doesn't it?
Have you jumped off one of those before?
I don't think so. I think
You're
I
all
fell off
no,
once.
fell off
No,
once.
I fell off once. I was a little uneven. I was a little uneasy. I mean, a little buzzed.
Yeah.
I've fallen off a couple of those. Oh gosh.
Ryan Miller said he jumped off one and did like a backflip or something, which doesn't
I
surprise me.
believe he did. Yeah. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, I can't. My body just says no to backflips. I don't know what it is, but
Mm-mm.
yeah.
No, not at all.
Um, but yeah, um, yeah. I was going to ask you if there was something like out of the norm that we don't know about Larry Ramirez, what would it be? Like, is there anything like you'd want to share like this? Is not out of the usual grand scheme of your everyday practice, something like that.
I think something that most people don't know is I'm an entrepreneur. I love starting different businesses. In fact, I made a goal this year to start a new business every 6 months, and
Uh-huh.
so far we've started two businesses. I own a commercial cleaning company, commercial residential company. I have 25 employees now. Um,
Amazing, dude.
and
Wow.
yeah, yeah, and just 2 weeks ago, we launched our tiny house designs. So
Uh-huh.
we're designing and building tiny homes. There's a huge tiny home community here in Colorado Springs, and so I think that's something new. Most people wouldn't know that about me. Wouldn't have guessed that.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah, so you're saying a new business every 6 months?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a crazy goal. Are you sure you're down with that? You're gonna get your whole hair is gonna be white at that point.
Hallelujah!
That's too
Come
much.
on.
You're gonna no stress. You're like, bring it on.
Nah. No, I feel like we've always been leaders. I
Yeah,
think you're a tremendous leader and influencer. And like you said, you don't know how well you're going to do until you step out. And for
yeah,
me, both of these jobs or businesses have been a step in faith, just stepping out. And I don't want to have a regular 9 to 5. I don't want to work for someone. I'd rather set my own schedule and do the marketing, get into the marketing schemes and helping to build not only my business but helping to provide an income and a job for other people around me. And I love that. I absolutely
yeah.
love that, meeting new
So
people. And yeah,
so how many episodes of Shark Tank have you watched? That's a question.
I haven't.
Oh, you don't
I
watch the
have
Shark
not.
Tank?
Hold on, my
What?
AirPods are dying. Stand
Oh,
by.
okay.
Okay, my AirPods are out, so I'm on speaker. Can you hear me?
Oh, perfectly. Maybe even
Okay.
better, to be honest with you.
Okay, awesome.
I think it's holding in the
Okay.
sound with being in your car. You
Yeah.
haven't watched Shark Tank. That's just surprising.
Nah, I don't have regular cable. So I watch like YouTube. I guess I could watch it on YouTube. I'll need to do that. I watch other entrepreneurs and leaders and channels on business and how to multiply your investments. So I'm learning a little bit of that, and God's opening some great opportunities for us here. In fact, I just told you we started our tiny home business just 2 weeks ago. um, I have an old friend of mine from South Texas who he was looking for a manufacturer for some tiny home designs that he has, and we just signed on 19 builds with my dear friend
Hmm.
Josh Carvalho, and we're going to design. Well, we have the design. We're just going to start breaking ground and building some of his tiny homes out here.
Wow.
It's
So how many?
crazy.
So how many businesses altogether that you have?
I
That you?
have three. I have three businesses right now. I have a commodity business. I have the cleaning business, and now we have the tiny homes.
Gotcha. Wow. There you go. Wow. So what inspired you to kind of have this type of motivation of of branching out like that?
I think for me, because I grew up very poor. I grew up, um, we struggled a lot
Yeah.
in my youth,
In
and
Taft, you struggled? That's crazy. Really?
yeah,
I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Taft.
yeah,
Behind me. Sorry, guys.
and
Welcome.
I wanted to break that habit, and I wanted to provide more for my children that I had growing up in life, and I felt like I just needed to I need to step out and do something on my own. So um, we have Big Sky Investments is one of my company, and then VersaPro, versatile cleaning solutions, and now we're still actually trying to come up with a name for our tiny home company. My dear buddy, he's a custom home builder out here. He's actually going to help us manufacture the tiny homes. We're going to use his company name for now, but we're launching this together, and I'm excited about it.
That's great, dude. Is there what? So what's on your in your mind you want to do next? If you're saying a business every 6 months, what do you? Just don't do
Yeah,
restaurant. Just don't do restaurant unless you could just call it burritos. You know what I mean?
no,
You can call burrito
no,
your own restaurant.
no. I'd like to
Catering
start.
truck, maybe a catering truck. This is no. All right.
That's not my gift. I'm a good eater. I'm not a good baker. No way.
No, you
Um,
hire those. You hire the cooks. That's what you do.
yeah,
See?
that's true. That's actually a lot of what I do right now. I hire a lot of subs to do the work for us. My brother's a tremendous chef, and that's a great idea. My brother actually has started a catering business in San Antonio, but that's not really,
No, no
nah,
Larry's, not Larry's burritos, nothing like
nah.
that. Maybe. No.
No. I think that our next venture will probably be in the service industry still, but maybe like snow removal or landscaping, something along the lines of that, so that I can keep people working throughout all year round.
I
I
see you
want to,
eventually doing it just like was it Eminem that has Mom Spaghetti in Detroit? You know the
all
song
right.
the 8 Mile. He opened up an Italian restaurant in Detroit called Mom Spaghetti.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you
That's
remember the
awesome.
lyrics to the Mom Spaghetti, vomit on her shirt already, Mom Spaghetti. Um, anyway,
Yeah.
I could see your burrito thing happening. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
It's true. You never
Where did
know.
that come from, by the way, burrito? Where did that
Where what
name? How did that originate? Where
um
did that?
I
How
think
long? How were you like a little burrito? Or is it ever since you were, or how old?
I think we were either in sixth or seventh grade. I used to live on A Street.
Yeah,
And Peter Salazar, Mike Malesia, and myself and Bob Coopany, we would always meet up at my house on A Street. Coop lived on B Street, so did
yeah,
Peter. And they would meet at my house, and we would ride our bikes down to Lincoln
yeah.
Junior High. And one day, Peter Salazar, he just called me burrito. I don't know how or
Is that
why,
you
but he
weren't
called
eating
me
a
burrito.
burrito? We just say, hey, a little burrito, or what?
Yep, yep, yeah. And it just stuck. It stuck. It's so
Yeah,
weird. But we were little. Yeah, we were smoking
yeah.
the dope back then. I don't know. It just came up out of nowhere. But it was Peter
I
Salazar. We got him to credit for all that.
So we have also Hummy. I need to
Oh
ask
yeah.
him how Hummy came up with that name, and Nathan Ashry with Murph. You know,
Oh,
Murph came up. There's always ones that stick. And me and Gup were hanging out in class one day. I think it was English class maybe. And instead of paying attention to the instructor, we go, wonder what our names would sound like backwards. And that's where that came from. And then so Gup and Julio Franco, quite a few classmates, caught wind of it. And then whenever they'd see me from a distance, they would say "YeNDoR," and they would get so happy just saying the word. You know what I mean? I don't know
that's
if
cool.
I don't know if I had anything to do with why they were so happy, but the name, saying it, and then I always get. Then I went to the class reunion, not the current one. I think it was the 20-year class reunion. When I walked in, and they just said YeNDoR, you know what I mean? And
Oh my
I
gosh.
go, I got to bring that name back because it makes people happy, and plus it makes you scratch your head trying to figure out what it
What?
is and what's a YeNDoR. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, Even Rick Vaughn, he's been like co-hosting like I don't know, like for the longest time, and he just realized it as of like 3 weeks ago. He goes, "Oh, that's your name backwards." I go, "What did you think it was?" I go, "I don't know. I thought it was like a some barbarian name that you just kind of came up with." You know what I mean?
I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. But I thought, man, that's so creative. I thought there's got to be a meaning to it. So I'm glad now I know.
Oh, you
Now,
didn't know? You didn't know that until just now either?
no,
Oh,
no,
that's funny.
yeah,
Rodney YeNDoR.
that's cool.
My last name is Edmondson, so we went Nostanamde, and I'm one of those random names that actually sounds better backwards. YeNDoR Nostanamde, and
Oh my,
that's Gup was Gaiark Namporg.
oh
Here's
my goodness.
here's a happy shot of Gup. I just happen to have in the queue. He looks so happy.
Oh wow, he looks great.
I was gonna ask Gup if he were to come on today. He's watching football with his buddies. I'm like, what made you so like intimidation look that you know you had the same thing, but you're in a with a football jersey. But him, he was just like, just took the picture. Did you have a group of pictures and go, yeah, let's go with this one? You know what I mean? Because he like so intimidating. Like,
That's
it's
funny.
just take it. Let me get out of here. I gotta go to
It's
class.
it's that picture, staring down the batter look, man, looking right through you. So intimidating.
Yeah.
He's an awesome guy, man.
Uh, Brent Durkin would do that. He would stare at the batter, just trying to intimidate him. Then he would pitch. Or like you would to me anyway. It's so funny.
Oh, I used to catch for Brent Durkin. So yeah, he was very, very intimidating. He'd give those looks. Yeah, I love that guy.
He would stare at him. Then he'd spit in their direction. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Then he'd.
Yeah. Yeah. He was one of those very highly competitive friends that we grew up with, of course. That's
Yeah.
so awesome. I love Durkin.
We do also miss Mr. Shane Gentry in the house. Had
Yay.
this fun pic pulled up
That
from
is Mohawk.
that's his mohawk.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he's not here with us today because I think he got picked up from doing a little public exposure. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what can he do? What can he do?
Oh man.
He sends me crazy random photos like that. He got this little board and he writes something on it, then he kind of acts it out. Like that's what he got. You know, it's kind of
He's
funny.
he's very creative. I love that.
Yeah. If we were to have more evenings available, we would. We're talking about actually doing a after hours with Shane. So then
Mhm.
I would just actually kind of be his co-host and just
Yeah.
pop in and out because I do a lot of caregiving towards the evening. I go, yeah, I just can't because it's too interrupted. You know, in this afternoon little sweet spot, it's less interruption. So I just hate to be like, okay, I'll be right back, guys, and cut out this and like, okay, you know, I used to always do that, you know, but I'm trying to make it more viewer like appealing to watch and to captivate rather than being so all over the place like I used to run the show here, you know.
Sure.
But um I do have to say though, I have my wife is her bed is malfunctioned, and I actually need to probably bounce out early today, even though I have some people on board. I wanted to come later on. And I'm glad I got this exclusive with you though, Burrito. This is great. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much for the invitation. It's an honor to see you and to connect with you, and we'll keep praying for Rachel.
Yeah, thanks, man. And then I'll do this again next Sunday and stir everyone up that was going to come on board today. And you just never know what happens in life to where something came up and then I was going to log in but I couldn't find my computer or I was out of range or whatever. But But I'll do this again next Sunday, and maybe I can encourage you to come back and actually talk to some classmates next weekend.
All right, all right. I'll do my best to be available. We have a crazy schedule. Sometimes we get called out, and like my wife's flight to DC just came up all of a sudden, so that's why I can't stay long either.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll either be on a Saturday or on a Sunday, but we'll figure it out.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Sound
Rodney.
good? Always a
Yeah.
pleasure, man. And love to the wife. And what was your wife's name once again?
Leah.
See, I did that for the home viewers because I really knew that, but I want to make sure that they. I'm just kidding. Playing it off.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
It's all good.
Until next time, I hope I see you next Sunday, and I'll give you the 411 soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Much love, brother. Thank you guys for stopping by. We're going to do it again next Sunday. A lot of stuff going on today to where it didn't play out the way anticipated, but we're going to do it again next Sunday. Thanks again for all the love and support, and make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel.